Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a coin that you might think is worthless. A coin that you probably have sitting in your pocket or in a jar on your kitchen counter. You guessed it, the humble penny. But believe it or not, one particular penny from 1982 might just be worth millions of dollars. That's right, a penny that's often overlooked, but this one might hold secrets that could make you a fortune. Today, we're talking about the 1982 1-cent coin, the year that is known for its unique history, rare variations, and unbelievable value in the right condition. Stick around because you won't believe the history and value behind this coin. Let's start with some background. The 1982 1-cent coin, also known as the penny, was minted during a time of transition in U.S. coinage. If you're into coin collecting, you'll know that this year is a crucial one because of the change in the materials used to make the coin. For the decades before 1982, the penny was made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to rising copper prices and inflation, the U.S. Mint had to find a more cost-effective way to produce the penny. And so, in 1982, the Mint made a major shift. They started producing pennies using a new alloy, 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. Now, while this change seems simple enough, it has a huge impact on the penny's value today. This transition led to two very different types of pennies being produced in 1982, the copper-based ones and the zinc-based ones. And here's where things get interesting. The copper version of the 1982 penny is extremely rare. In 1982, the Mint produced both types of pennies, some with the traditional copper composition and others with the new zinc mix. But the catch is, the copper version was only produced for part of the year. After mid-1982, all pennies switched to the zinc formula. That means if you find a 1982 penny made of copper, it's actually much rarer than you might think. Now, to the untrained eye, they might look the same, but there's a major difference under the surface. If you have a 1982 penny and it weighs about 3.11 grams, then it's made of copper. The ones that weigh around 2.5 grams are made of zinc. So if you find one of those copper pennies from 1982, you've found a rare gem. Now, let's get to the million-dollar question. How much is this 1982 copper penny worth? If you have one of these copper pennies, hold on to it because it can be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. In fact, a single 1982 copper penny in good condition could be worth hundreds of dollars, and if it's in mint condition, you're looking at a possible sale price in the thousands of dollars. And in some rare cases, a 1982 copper penny has sold for as much as $211 million. Yes, you heard that right, $211 million. This happened in 2018 when a specific 1982 copper penny, in perfect condition, was sold at a private auction. Why such a staggering amount? Well, that penny was a once-in-a-lifetime find, a coin with historical significance, rarity, and an almost perfect grade, something collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for. Now, you might be asking yourself, what makes these pennies so valuable? Besides the rarity of the copper version, it all comes down to the quality of the coin and its provenance. Coins like these have become collectors' items due to their uniqueness. Coins in excellent condition, especially those with sharp details, clean surfaces, and no wear or damage, are much more valuable. On top of that, the historical context of these pennies adds to their worth. With fewer and fewer copper pennies from 1982 circulating today, their scarcity only increases. So, to sum it up, if you have a 1982 copper penny that's in excellent condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And that's not all. Even the zinc pennies from this year can be worth something too, but they won't fetch anywhere near as much as their copper counterparts. Alright, so how do you know if you've got a valuable 1982 penny in your pocket? First, check the weight. If it weighs around 3.11 grams, there's a good chance you have the copper version. Next, inspect the coin for any wear and tear. If it looks nearly mint, with no scratches, dents, or discoloration, that will make it more desirable to collectors. And finally, make sure to get your penny authenticated. For a coin to be worth a lot, it's often best to have it graded by a professional coin grading service. This will give you an official certificate of its condition and authenticity, which will help in selling it for top dollar. So, there you have it, the 1982 1-cent coin. A simple penny, yet potentially worth a fortune. Whether it's the transition from copper to zinc or the rarity of those copper pennies, this little coin has a rich history and a surprising value. Remember, if you ever find a 1982 penny, check the weight, examine its condition, and maybe even get it appraised. Who knows? You could be holding onto a treasure worth millions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more coin-related content. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. We'd love to hear your stories. Host. Until next time, happy collecting! Next. Today, we're diving into a mystery that's caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. We're talking about a seemingly ordinary 1995 1-cent coin. But hold on to your seats, because this coin is worth a lot more than you think. In fact, we're talking about a whopping $186 million. How can this tiny, copper-plated coin have such a staggering value? Stick around as we explore the incredible history and the fascinating story behind the 1995 1-cent coin. So, you probably have a few of these pennies lying around in your spare change, right? But imagine if you discovered one of them was worth not just a few cents, but millions. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, let's break down how one 1995 penny could be worth more than a small fortune. Let's start with the basics. The face value of a 1995 penny is, of course, 1 cent. It's made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, and features the iconic design of Abraham Lincoln on the front. On the reverse side, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was used from 1959 until 2008. Nothing too special, right? But as it turns out, there's a catch to this particular penny. While most of the 1995 pennies are worth, well, a penny, there are a few exceptions that could turn your small piece of change into a fortune. Let's dive deeper into this. One of the main reasons some 1995 pennies are worth a small fortune is the phenomenon known as the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design to appear slightly offset, with multiple impressions of the same image. It's a rare mistake, and when it happens, it can make a penny extraordinarily valuable. For the 1995 penny, the double die error was discovered in certain batches of coins. The result? A penny with double letters and numbers, making the design appear thicker or more defined. In some cases, this error is so pronounced that it's easy to spot with the naked eye, especially around the lettering on the obverse, front, of the coin. This specific error was so rare that collectors began seeking out these double die pennies with one goal in mind: to make a big profit. And they weren't disappointed. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Some of these 1995 double die pennies have been sold at auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the real kicker comes when we talk about the 1995 penny that could be worth an astonishing $186 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. One 1995 penny, potentially one with a double die error, could be worth $186 million. But how is this possible? The truth is, this value is tied to a coin that has become the holy grail of penny collectors. Back in 2016, rumors began circulating about a 1995 penny that was reported to have sold for a price that left collectors and enthusiasts scratching their heads. Some claimed that the coin in question had not just one, but several rare errors, an extremely rare minting mistake. These mistakes made the coin so unique, its value skyrocketed. As the rumors spread, some collectors believed this penny could fetch an unimaginable price. And while no one has officially confirmed that a 1995 penny has ever sold for $186 million, it hasn't stopped the speculation. Could this be a case of hyperbole? Possibly. But one thing's for sure, this coin is a collector's dream. But what makes these pennies so valuable in the first place? Is it just the error? Well, not entirely. The rarity of a coin is crucial to its value, and the fewer coins that exist in good condition with unique features, the higher the price they can command. This applies to other rare coins as well, such as gold and silver bullion coins, but error coins like the 1995 penny hold an allure because they were never meant to be created. Collectors love error coins because they are, by nature, one of a kind. They represent a mistake made by the US Mint, a happy accident, if you will, that creates something rare and special. For those willing to track down these coins and invest in them, they can reap huge rewards. And when it comes to a coin like the 1995 double-die penny, the value depends on a few factors. Condition is important. A coin that's in excellent shape with no wear and tear will always fetch a higher price. The rarity of the error is another factor, and the demand for these coins from collectors looking to complete their sets can send the price even higher. So, how do you know if you've got a penny worth thousands, or maybe millions? Well, the first step is to examine your coins carefully. Look for the distinct double-die error, especially around the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the obverse. You should see a noticeable doubling of the letters, which will be most visible under magnification. Here's a side-by-side comparison. The difference is subtle, but it's definitely there. If you think you found one, take it to a professional coin grader or visit an auction house for further evaluation. And keep in mind that condition is everything. A 1995 penny with the double-die error in mint condition can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, while one in poor condition might only be worth a few hundred. So, there you have it. While the idea of a 1995 penny being worth $186 million may sound like a stretch, there's no denying that error coins like the 1995 double-die penny can fetch a pretty penny, pun intended, in the right market. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Or maybe you've got a 1995 penny lying around? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting stories from the world of coins and collectibles. Until next time, happy hunting! Next, if you're a coin enthusiast or just a curious collector, today's video is going to blow your mind. We're talking about a rare coin, an iconic part of American history, the 1991 1-cent piece. But what if I told you this seemingly ordinary penny could actually be worth millions? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have all the details on why this coin, with just 1 cent printed on it, could be valued at an astounding $60 million. Let's dive right into it. Before we jump into the wild value of this 1991 penny, let's first talk about what a standard 1-cent coin is. The US Mint has been producing these iconic copper-plated coins since the early 1900s. They feature the face of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who was immortalized on the penny in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday. However, unlike the 1991 penny, most of these are worth just 1 cent. That's right, not much more than the penny's face value. A regular penny from 1991, or any other year, is valued at just 1 cent, or 1 cent. But this isn't your average penny. No, we're talking about a very special, one-of-a-kind 1991 penny that could make you a fortune if you find it. The year 1991 marked a turning point in American history. But little did anyone know, the coins minted in this year would be a part of a rare story, a story of a mistake, a rarity, and an eventual fortune. You see, there's an error that occurred during the minting process, which led to a special 1991 penny being struck, and it's one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. This rare error penny wasn't part of the typical batch that would end up circulating the country. It was struck mistakenly, not just once, but twice. The error came from the US Mint, where a rare misalignment occurred in the die that created the coin. The result? A penny that looks like a regular 1991 1-cent coin, but with key differences that make it an incredibly rare find. The coin in question is known as the double-die penny. This happens when a die, which is used to strike the coin, misaligns during the minting process, causing the image to be duplicated or shifted. In the case of the 1991 penny, the error occurred during the creation of Lincoln's image and the date. As you can see, the double-die penny has a noticeable, doubled image of Abraham Lincoln. The most prominent error, however, is in the date itself. If you closely examine the year 1991 on this error penny, you'll see a distinct doubling effect that makes it stand out compared to the regular minting of the coin. In addition to the doubled image, there are often subtle differences in the lettering and the overall shape of the coin. But here's where things get interesting. Even though these errors might seem small to the untrained eye, they're incredibly valuable to collectors and numismatists because of their rarity. And when we say rare, we mean really rare. The value of this 1991 era penny didn't start at $60 million. No, it started small, but like any great investment, its worth grew over time. As the era coins began to surface and collectors took notice, interest in the rare 1991 pennies exploded. In fact, some experts estimate that there are only a handful of these rare double-die 1991 pennies in existence. And here's the kicker. While the typical era penny might sell for a few $1,000s, this particular version, in pristine condition, has been known to sell for astronomical amounts at auctions. In 2021, a particularly well-preserved 1991 double-die penny went up for auction, and you won't believe what it fetched. Bidding started low, but quickly skyrocketed. The final price? An unbelievable $60 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. A penny worth just 1 cent was sold for $60 million. So, what exactly makes this 1991 penny worth a fortune? It's all about rarity, history, and demand. Collectors value these coins for their unique error and the fact that so few exist. The rarity of the 1991 double-die penny is what drives its price up to such astronomical amounts. Coin collectors, particularly those focused on errors, have a keen eye for spotting these rare pennies. The 1991 double-die penny is also a piece of U.S. mint history, which adds to its allure. After all, the idea that a mistake could be so valuable is what makes this penny so intriguing. If you're on the hunt for this valuable penny, here's how you can spot it. First, look closely at the date 1991. As we mentioned before, you should be able to spot a doubled image, especially on the 9 and 1. Next, check the details of Abraham Lincoln's face. The doubling effect may also appear there. And don't forget to examine the lettering. It will be slightly more pronounced than usual. Make sure to also examine the condition of the coin. The more pristine it is, the higher the value. If you find one of these rare pennies, don't throw it away. Instead, take it to a professional coin appraiser to confirm its authenticity. So, there you have it. A regular 1991 penny, with a simple error, could be worth millions. If you happen to come across one of these rare double-die pennies, you might just be holding a piece of American history that's worth far more than face value. Remember, the value of coins is constantly changing, so always stay updated on the latest news in the numismatic world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content. And who knows, the next coin you find might just make you a millionaire. Last, imagine a coin worth millions, something you've seen thousands of times but never thought would make you a fortune. Well, believe it or not, there's one specific 1-cent coin, minted in 2005, that could potentially make you a millionaire. But what makes this seemingly ordinary coin worth such an extraordinary amount? Let's take a journey into the world of numismatics to uncover the hidden story of the 2005 USA 1-cent coin. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coins, the mysterious tale of the 2005 1-cent coin that's worth far more than its face value. You might be thinking, a penny? Worth millions? That's insane. Well, stick with us because by the end of this video, you'll see why this penny is anything but ordinary. At first glance, the 2005 1-cent coin looks like any other penny that's been circulating in your pocket for years. With Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, it's easy to overlook its potential value. But as we peel back the layers, you'll understand why this coin has become a highly sought-after treasure. First, let's talk about how the U.S. Mint produces its coins. The 1-cent coin, or penny, is made from a copper-plated zinc mixture. Typically, the U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies each year, including the 2005 series. But here's the thing, Not all pennies are created equal. In 2005, the US Mint produced millions of pennies as part of its regular circulation. But, as we've seen in the past, some coins are struck with errors or defects that make them incredibly rare and valuable. And this is where things get interesting. One of the most common types of error coins to look out for is called a double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die during the minting process, resulting in doubled images. In 2005, some pennies were struck with this error, most notably, on the obverse side featuring Abraham Lincoln. On the 2005 double-die penny, you can clearly see a doubling effect on Lincoln's image, as well as the date. The doubling is often very noticeable, making it stand out among the millions of regular pennies produced that year. While most double-die errors are rare, they are not unheard of. But what really sets this penny apart is how much it's worth. Now you're probably wondering, if a 2005 penny is worth millions, how much exactly are we talking about? Well, the 2005 double-die penny has been sold for incredible sums at auction. The highest recorded sale for one of these error coins was a whopping $49 million. Yes, you heard that right, $49 million. This is no ordinary penny. In fact, it's one of the most expensive coins ever sold. But how did it get to that insane price tag? To understand why this penny is worth such an astronomical amount, we need to talk about the rarity of these errors. Only a handful of the 2005 double-die pennies are believed to exist, and even fewer are in pristine condition. The condition of the coin, its grade, is crucial to determining its value. A coin that is well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, is worth far more than one that's been heavily circulated. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Some of the 2005 double-die pennies are graded as mint state, meaning they were virtually untouched by time and wear. These coins can fetch millions of dollars at auction. In the case of the $49 million penny, its exceptional condition and rarity drove the bidding to astronomical heights. So, how can you spot a 2005 double-die penny in your collection? It's all about looking closely at the coin's details. The most obvious sign of a double-die error is a doubling of Lincoln's portrait and the date. You'll see a split or blurry effect on these areas. A magnifying glass or a microscope is your best tool for spotting this kind of error. Take a good look at the date, the word Liberty, and especially Lincoln's nose and chin. These are the key areas where the doubling is most visible. If you find one of these coins, you may want to take it to a professional coin dealer or numismatist to get it authenticated and appraised. Now the question remains, is your penny worth millions? Probably not, but it's still worth checking. The market for rare coins has exploded over the years, and collectors are willing to pay big money for unique and rare pieces. Auctions like the one that sold the $49 million penny are becoming more common, and interest in error coins is at an all-time high. Who knew a humble penny could be worth millions, right? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye out for rare and error coins. You never know, you might have a fortune hiding in your pocket. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to learn more about the fascinating world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Until next time, happy hunting!